Whoa.
I'm so bored. Just tell us what it is. Seriously, stop.
What Dr. Mindy is trying to say is that there's a comet headed directly towards Earth.
At this very moment, I say we sit tight and assess.
Sit tight and assess.
Sit tight and assess?
You want us to sit tight.
And then assess.
I am not a bounty hunter. I've heard otherwise.
This Organized Chaos podcast is brought to you by JEMS Art Studio. JEMS Art Studio is an online store that allows access to prints that you can use for most anything, obviously as just a picture, or as a wallpaper, or as a bookmark, or anything you can think of. You can find JEMS Art Studio at etsy.com/shop/JEMS Art Studio. This podcast is also brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you. Hello, welcome to an Organized Chaos podcast. I am Bob, and with me is Bobby. How you doing, Bobby?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good. We got, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna say we got the best show ever. Like literally, if you're listening to anything else at this moment, you're missing out because this is where it's at.
You are.
This is where it's at.
We are the meat and potatoes.
Yes. No, we're going to be talking about Don't Look Up, which is a movie that's getting a lot of press recently. Lots of people are talking about it. I end up just watching it because it looked like fun, and we're going to have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, this is Don't Look Up is kind of a rare treat in the sense of for like I guess cinemaphiles, if you will.
Yeah,
you get to see Leo uncaged.
Yeah,
it's a very rare thing.
Which is nice.
And it's always beautiful whenever he's uncaged.
But yes, after that, we're going to talk about the first two episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, and then we are not talking about Cobra Kai after that because we didn't want to do a full season of something. So we're going to be. We're going back in time. We're going to talk about the original Karate Kid. Because you know what? This podcast's not that old. We haven't talked about that. So there we are.
Oh, we've talked about... It's surprising, we covered Porky's before the Karate Kid. But...
Yeah, Porky's came into play before the Karate Kid.
We lack discipline.
Yeah. So, let's see. Are we ready to roll right into Don't Look Up?
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. That's wrong.
Oh my God. That was wrong. Oh my God. We've been canceled. This is the best episode ever, and we got canceled.
Already too late. But I do apologize. Yeah, I'm just realizing that was wrong of me. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
Best 3 minutes of a podcast ever. We were doing so well.
Great intro. Yeah, I got done messed things up.
Duh.
But as I was about to say, we should try to not curse as much.
Yeah, we definitely shouldn't curse as much, the fuckers.
Fuck it.
God. That's not how I'm programmed, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up.
This was Adam McKay, right?
Yes, this is say this is the scariest horror movie of perhaps the last century. This is absolutely terrifying.
It is. It truly is. And it's... Some are even calling it a great social commentary, which I actually happen to agree with in a lot of ways.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah. But Adam McKay hasn't really never strayed away. Well, he has whenever he's doing his straightforward comedy.
Yeah.
Like when it's blatantly obvious. Yeah, that's different. But I always feel like he does kind of take a little bit jab more lately, when he did Vice.
Yeah, Vice, for example. Was Big Short before or after Vice? But
I think it was after.
Yeah, but yeah,
I want to say it was after. Yeah,
I feel like he kind of he did his Will Ferrell phase, and then now he's now he definitely wants to do more of the social commentary comedy, and he's pretty fucking good. And I'll go ahead and say this is my favorite movie of his so far.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
This is...
Before it was Vice, now it's this.
Yeah. If you don't know, obviously we're spoiling everything because that's the name of this podcast. Maybe not technically, but that's what we do. But yeah,
In parentheses.
yes. Jennifer Lawrence is a PhD student, astronomer, who finds a comet. And they're all excited they find this comet. And Leonardo DiCaprio does the calculations and finds out the comet's head straight for Earth. And will hit in about 6 months.
Yep.
And that's when the horror comes in. Because what disturbs me is how realistic this movie feels, which is where the comedy comes in. But
yeah,
like, you know, they obviously need to talk to the president and get things mobilized. The president's like, you know, we don't know how this is going to look. Maybe we could sit back and assess.
Yeah. Let's wait 3 months because we have an election in 3 months.
Yeah, we gotta sit tight on this one.
Legitimate. At that point, I was just, are you?
Yeah. Not the best call.
But it's watching their frustration is really funny, but at the same time you really empathize with Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And what was the other character and actor that was there?
Rob Morgan, the guy who plays
Morgan, yes.
the lead of the weird place that apparently really is a place. Like Bureau of Planetary Defense or something like that, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just we visibly see all three of these characters' frustration just pouring out in their face.
Yeah, so...
And meanwhile, everyone in that office is just kind of so nonchalant about the fact that they just told a planet-killing asteroid is heading towards the planet.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny. They literally asked the scientists, you know, what are the chances this thing actually hits? And they're like 100%. And they're like, no, in science it's never 100%. They're like, no, it's 99.8%. And they're like, good, we'll call it 70. No.
No.
99.8% is about as close to 100 as you get in science. That's 100.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
It will hit. Like, that point, whatever, is like the chances that it'll just graze and still fuck up the planet. It's gonna hit.
Yeah, there is no margin of error.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they're so nonchalant, and and once the president says no, of course they leak it to the press because, you know, we gotta get this story out there. But of course, news is dominated by a recent celebrity breakup, so
that's dominating the news.
Yeah. Well, also the president's dealing with Supreme Court picks, which, hey, normally I'd be like, hey, Supreme Court picks are really important, but not more important than our imminent destruction. No.
Yeah, no.
So they get down to the Supreme Court for 6 months max. Just saying. But yeah, this is terrifying because I feel so much of this is real. I mean,
absolutely real.
I feel like the president. I feel like probably the working name of this president was probably Hillary Trump.
Definitely. I mean, there were a lot of funny moments that kind of, in my opinion, kind of mirrored things that we had seen as the viewing public of that particular branch of government.
Yes.
In mannerisms and even in the scenes of public address.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of things that I'm just kind of like, that's really familiar, really spot on.
Yeah, and a little terrifying.
Well, let's just be happy nothing like this quite happened. But I also kind of wonder, if, I don't know. Yeah, I am curious because even Jonah Hill's character did kind of remind me of Don Jr.
Yes, very much so. Well, I feel like obviously the character is supposed to be Hillary Trump, but the Trump joke pool is so vast. Obviously, that's mostly where they go to from the jokes. I feel like the Hillary is just more the fact that they cast a woman in the role, which is they're trying as hard as they can to get them both in there. Because let's face it, once they do take, it's worth saying, once they do take this seriously and they decide, okay, we're going to launch a mission, and they got all the greatest and best minds behind it. They did some dumb stuff, but they got the big, important minds behind it. The mission launches. It's everything's going perfectly. They're
failure.
Yeah, they were expecting a fucking 5% failure on the missiles that were launched. Instead, they all go up and they're like, oh my god, we just increased our chance of survival by 80%. And it's like, we're doing great. But then, Mark Rylance, who essentially plays this Steve Jobs type character.
Oh, I thought he was more Elon Musk.
You can
he
call
was a
him
little bit of all of them. Yeah,
Elon Bezos is essentially him. He's just this tech billionaire. He walks into the president's office. They're like, "Hey, can he come in here?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's a gold platinum donor or something like that. He has full access." But anyways, he walks in and he tells the president, "Hey, I'm gonna have to talk to you about this mission." And she's like, "Okay, just give him a moment." And he's like, "Now." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And she scurries out. And then the mission that's going perfectly with all the best minds behind it comes down and is aborted.
Fucking shuts down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he finds out there's fucking valuable minerals on these comets and he wants to break them up and let the Earth take the hits and mine it.
Yeah, this was... Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. Let's see. We could all die or we could risk all dying so you could make more money. And, like, I think even in the movie, they say something like, this comet will have enough wealth that we can eliminate poverty on this planet. It's like, fuckers, we can eliminate poverty already. We don't because you assholes just keep on hoarding this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, there even be, like, one of the things I would say I thought was a little weak. There is this little narrative about how we support the jobs that'll come from the comet that comes up a little bit. Yeah. And that is something that comes up mainly with global warming. We can't get rid of the coal plant because jobs.
I was totally ready to text you some of those chants that I heard that I thought were just absolutely hysterical. But I was like, no, I'll wait. I will wait till we record.
No, what chants are you talking about?
I can't remember now, but now I wish I did. I'm saying I can't remember them, but like all the scenes of the people saying, don't fear the jobs.
Yeah.
Fear the jobs.
It's like
I'm just watching like, wow, you idiots.
Yeah.
You deserve to get run over by traffic. Oh my God.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence even goes home and her parents like lock the door on her. They're like, don't bring politics in here. Your father and I support the jobs the comet will bring. But
and she goes and hangs out with a bunch of kids.
Yeah, Elon Bezos definitely has his PR department out there getting stuff out there. I want to say Mark Rylance is great. Everybody's pretty great in this movie.
Yeah, everyone was spot on this.
Yeah, Mark Rylance is so like detached. He's got that fucking weird ass smile throughout this movie. That's kind of great.
Yeah.
I saw how you're going to die.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was, but we all thought it was very interesting.
Yes.
Oh, everybody, round up.
We're jumping ahead a bit, but he's great. The whole cast is great here.
Cringy at moments.
Yes. I would say, like, most of my criticisms...
Also, my main criticism is that man charged them for snacks.
Oh, yes. That guy's evil. Well, that's just showing you how fucked up capitalism is. He went to...
Really?
He walked to the other room, picked up some snacks, and told them, hey, we're going to be sitting here for a while. I got some snacks. They cost me a whole bunch. $10 a pop will be good. They're fucking free.
And they later went over. Someone's like, where do I go to pay for this? And it's like, they're free.
This is the White House. Yeah. We're the federal government. We make money, literally.
He charged us.
Yes. She spends the whole movie kind of fucking pissed about that shit.
Like, more pissed about them ignoring it and laughing it all off. I mean, she was rightfully pissed about that.
Yeah.
But even more, he charged us.
Yeah. All this shit going down, this fucker charged us for free shit that was 2 rooms over.
The first time she saw him, that's the first thing she said to him. Just called him right out. And everyone even looked at him like, what? Dude.
But, my criticisms are more a nitpick, because there's that commercial where Leonardo DiCaprio, for a short time, pretty much sells out. Where there's that commercial for Bash. Bash is our Jeff Musk character.
Yeah.
Well, it's Baskel Electronics. His name's Peter something. It doesn't matter. He's Elon Bezos. But
Yeah.
In the commercial, it's like, call this hotline if you're feeling concerned about the comet. And I felt like I would have liked that commercial to have been like pure propaganda about all the jobs Comet will create and all that. And I felt like that was kind of a missed opportunity because it was just a hotline.
Yeah.
Most of my issues are little minor nitpicks like that. Like, we also get, of course, the president decides to go on the where the title comes from, the Don't Look Up bandwagon, telling everybody, don't look up. You know,
all the don't look up red caps.
Yes. Very subtle. I don't know what they're referring to.
Oh, so subtle. So subtle.
But yeah.
That was actually my first thought. I was like, that's subtle.
But there comes a point where they look up and they actually see the comet because they could see it for like the last 24 days or something like that in the sky. You can see it. It's just getting bigger. There's a point where they look up and they turn on the president and they're like, how dare you? And I think, sadly, we've seen recently from COVID that it's more likely that the person saying that the president's more likely to say, hey, actually, we should look up and take care of this. And all the people will say, no, fuck you.
Let's go, Branson, Missouri.
Yeah. Yes, Branson. But yeah, I mean, we've seen that recently. Trump's been saying, hey, get vaxxed. And people are saying, fuck you. How dare you turn on us?
Yeah, even Trump has been saying that. I am actually, I'm happy you brought that up because I'm kind of surprised about that.
Yeah.
I was a little shocked, but good for him.
Yeah. Well, he was talking to...
That's all I could say.
That's all I could say. Well, the way he talks, though, it's like, he's saying the right message, but...
You mean the way those dentures formulate words inside of that jaw?
Yeah, he has the right message right now.
I've heard it once in his speech, and I can't unhear it. I really can't unhear that. I've heard his dentures move, and I can't unhear it.
Oof.
I can't unhear it now.
What are you talking about? He is in the best health of anybody ever. Have you heard from his doctor?
Yes. And his idea of feeding a cuisine of football players, which I know they ate every last fucking bit of it, but was like a table full of Big Macs, quarter pounder with cheeses and, spicy chicken sandwiches and chicken nuggets and stuff.
I just remember.
You remember that?
I remember seeing all that McDonald's. All that McDonald's.
Yeah,
it's like
all that McDonald's.
Wow. Let's go eat at the White House. Fucking McDonald's. I would be so disappointed. I'd
be like, fucking figures.
I mean, you'd expect to go to a White House and get like actual cook to make really good shit for you. Fucking McDonald's.
I would. Well, I mean, if I were to have a meal at the White House, this is just my expectation of what I imagine it would be. I imagine the chef would come out and ask, "What would you like to eat?" I would tell him, and oh, hey, here that is. I would ask, I'll take a Wagyu steak.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Of course, that'd be the place to order it. Shit.
Rare.
Nice.
Steak, potato fries. Yeah, no. I'll take and a Coca-Cola and a glass bottle if you have it.
Give me a nice 2-pound Wagyu steak.
Yeah. Oh no. It's just Wagyu and filet. Wagyu and filet.
Fuck it, man.
And don't you fucking dare bring A1 on this table.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking dare put the A1 on this table. I mean, if you're eating Wagyu, you should not.
Yeah.
I'll admit, on my honeymoon, the wife and I, we went to a restaurant at a casino in Niagara where we stayed at. And we did order Wagyu steaks there. And ever since then, man, no steak compares. Steak doesn't taste the same.
I've not had it. Is it just a tenderloin?
It's a very tender steak, and it's very well kept cows. They're very well taken care of, and they're very grass fed, so they're very soft and tender. That meat just liquefied. A slice liquefied in my mouth. It was just so delicious.
So I'll make sure to order that next time I'm at McDonald's. Get a nice presidential meal out of it.
I mean, I you know what? If McDonald's brings back the pizza.
Oh my God, that's so much extra work. I just know working there, man, they kept on adding all these extra layers of shit to do.
Yeah, restaurant jobs tend to do that.
Yes, they do.
They tend to do that. A lot of unnecessary steps.
Yes.
Or even like keeping a certain particular item, or like, let's just call it the base of a build for a food item. That is just something that isn't featured in any menu, but we keep it on the menu because the probability of it getting ordered is about every 7 to 13% of our orders are that particular base build.
Okay.
But let's keep it on, even though it already has a lot of unnecessary steps. But hey.
Fuck it. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
But yes. Yeah.
We were right at the point of Jennifer Lawrence going back home.
Yeah, we brought that up. Yeah, no, we were talking about, we were bouncing around a bit, but we were talking about how the Don't Look Uppers turned on the president.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It's, it just screams so much like what our society is right now. Everything's fucking polarized.
That's right. That is the line I wanted to send you as a quote. Just the, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I laughed a little way too loud at that.
Well,
wife was asleep. It was in the middle of the night.
It's
so fun.
It definitely plays into COVID, but like you could tell this was written with I'm brain farting, global warming in mind.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely global warming. But
yeah,
like you could easily interpret it as COVID as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I may not have liked it as much until after COVID, and just seeing COVID and purely seeing just how absolutely apeshit it is. It's like, oh, yeah. So this is how we're handling global warming too.
Yeah.
Fuck. This movie's scary accurate.
It's frighteningly accurate, like on Idiocracy levels, frightening.
Yeah. No, there are times where I wish we had Dwayne Mountain Dew Camacho as president.
Jones,
yeah.
three all-time SmackDown champion of the world.
Oh my God.
That was my favorite part of his introduction. Like 3-time SmackDown champion.
Well, as I recall, he at the beginning of almost all his speeches are like, "Hey, fuck." It's like, okay. Shit. Yeah. Shit's getting real.
Shit's bad, right? I mean, I would pay more attention to the State of the Union if it opened up like that. I mean, can you imagine like Joe Biden walking into the House of Representing, every judge playing the same power chord riff on like Jackson guitars?
That would be epic.
I mean, it'd only be acceptable if it was like that gif of Hulk Hogan from like his old intro video playing that America guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Have you not seen that?
It sounds familiar.
Are you not familiar with that clip?
It sounds... No, I don't think so. Now I think about it. No.
Okay, go on. I will dig it up and...
Nah. But
this is just beautiful.
Yeah, I do want to say, like, I do have to wonder about the people who are not into this, because I feel like it does shoot at right wingers a lot, so that's probably the main group that doesn't like it. But also, I remember reading one review where they were talking about how bad the editing was in this movie, and upon the rewatch, I noticed like the editing at the beginning was frantic when they were discovering the distance, but that was 100% intentional. So I don't take that criticism seriously at all.
If anything, in my personal opinion, had bad editing, it would probably be... I mean, I think it had beautiful editing during that final scene right before it like was hitting and where it was jumping back to all the principal players. That was fucking beautifully done because it did its job. It rose tension. It did exactly. The score was there. That with that beautiful arrangement that was like just had me on edge. But once it hit... and the destruction was happening, it was kind of hard for me to tell who and what exactly was getting destroyed until it showed space. That's about the only complaint about the editing I have. However, that final complaint about it was done just for that reveal, and I understand that.
Yeah.
So that just seems like someone tried to find something wrong with this.
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
take a look in a mirror.
Yeah, I have to
take a deep breath and try again.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems like obviously the right wingers probably don't like it, and probably the centrists aren't really digging it either. Because let's face it, a lot of the stuff the president does here, Democrats are going to do too. They're in the same pockets. The Jeff Musk character being like the platinum contributor to the campaign. Probably works with Biden
the
too.
President around.
Yes. I guarantee you those fuckers boss Biden around too. So it's all the same shit. And
it's just it just kind of makes me it just more makes me wonder exactly who was pushing our good old boy Thunder Thighs around.
Probably the same people.
I decided that that's the nickname I'm going to give him.
It's probably the same.
From now on.
The same people pushing Biden around now. Minor differences.
More than likely.
But yeah, this was a great movie. If you want to get absolutely terrified but kind of have fun doing it, this is a good one to watch.
Yeah, it has a lot of great laughs, but as I had mentioned earlier, why it's really great to see Leo Unchained, because all the scenes where he's freaking out with like the people who aren't listening to him, it is those moments of him being unchained. Now, admittedly, it is all the stuff. A lot of it is the stuff you'd already seen in the trailers, like the snippet steps of him being intense, but because that's trailer bait, that's how they get you to watch it.
Yeah.
But that's also the shit they send to the Academy for that, whatever that is. But yeah, there's a lot of scenes of him just being completely, like I said, unchained. And it's just, I feel he is just so great because he has such intensity with everything. Like he was like losing his goddamn mind over shit.
Yeah.
And even but playing such a role where you could tell that type of behavior was so out of character for the character he was playing. And he felt immediate remorse for feeling it that way and getting that way about everything. But then him also getting so seduced with that, that lifestyle of just when he was selling out, like that was just, it was just so great to see him play two sides of the coin and then him immediately being remorseful for it afterward. Like, yeah, just fucking great. Leo is amazing fucking actor.
Well, yeah, it's kind of
amazing.
It's kind of weird because I remember when he first came out, obviously Titanic and Romeo and Juliet, he was the one all the girls were after. He was
you just go,
yeah, he was the Robert Pattinson of the time. And even Robert Pattinson's getting kind of a renaissance going on right now. But
yeah, he is.
But
so is Frasier.
Yeah. No, Frasier. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that was before Leo though too. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He was before Leo. Yeah.
But yeah, at the time he was just like he was the heartthrob all the girls were after, and I was just kind of sick of it. But
yeah, me too. Admittedly,
he is a great actor, and that's why he's stuck around because he's great. He's worked with good people.
The movie that changed my opinion of him and let me open to watch something else with him in it was the Western, The Quick and the Dead, right? Or is that what's the one with him?
No, he was in that.
He's a kid.
Yeah, he was a young kid in that. Yeah.
That. After that, I watched Basketball Diaries. Whew. Him and Mark Wahlberg are both pretty good. Like, Mark Wahlberg is good.
I have not seen Basketball Diaries.
He's good as a young actor. I mean, for playing a disadvantaged youth, struggling with life and, addiction at that point, and him being, around that age, this is about the whole Funky Bunch time period. He was really good and believable. Yes. Mark Wahlberg,
yes.
And the Marky Mark and the Funky Punch, who just give nothing but good vibrations.
No, every time.
Dun, dun, dun.
We actually carry Wahlburgers at work, and every time I'm putting them out, I'm like, oh, I got to put out Marky Mark's Burgers.
And let's not forget about you, the Funky Bunch. I mean, that's a golden opportunity to call the fries that.
Ooh, yes.
The Fry Bunch.
Nice.
Don't sue us, man. I respect you as an actor.
This is a fair use and parody.
Yes. Don't sue us, man. Like, I respect you.
No, he's come around too. He's a good actor.
You're pumping money into our capital city.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing but respect for you, dude.
Well, both Leo and Wahlberg, probably the biggest movie where I really had to acknowledge they're just good actors was Departed. Both at once. Just
Oh, and I'm happy you brought that up because The Departed is really what sold me on him. And after that, I've gone back and even watched those movies that I couldn't stand when they came out. And yeah, I enjoy him in Titanic. He's very good.
Yeah,
everyone is very great in that movie.
Titanic has its issues. He's not one of them.
It does have its issues.
Yeah.
He is not one of them. And you know who certainly isn't an issue in that movie either? Kathy Bates, and it's a shame we get so little time with her.
Yeah, well, all the actors
Gotta say
are great in that.
Yeah, but we need more time with Kathy. My only complaint about another movie that came out of his that I never saw when it did, but I did later in life, was The Beach. That is great.
I actually haven't seen that one. Yeah,
check that one out. That's it's a lot better and completely different than what you think it is.
Oh, really? Okay.
Completely different than what you think it is. Like it has layers. It has some layers.
But Don't Look Up. I definitely say it's something you should be checking out if you haven't seen it yet. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, if you haven't,
if you have Netflix, watch it. It's easy.
If you don't mooch a friend's account, or go over or watch it from the outside and have them turn their volume really up, or turn the captions on.
No, that is illegal. Get a legal Netflix account and then watch it.
Or go over.
But I don't actually care. But
and, be safe about that. But watch the movie if you can.
So good. I haven't really thought about. Might be my favorite movie from last year. I haven't thought about it yet, seriously, though, but I don't know what the series contenders are from last year, too. You got something on your mind?
Oh, yeah, I just realized that we had started this and we forgot to acknowledge something that happened.
Oh, what?
Since our last recording. The passing of two actors, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Sidney Poitier, he passed away recently, as well as Bob Saget recently.
That was super recently. That was like yesterday.
That was super recently. Yeah, that was like yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday as of the day that we're recording this, the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I figured like maybe we spend a couple of minutes just talking about each actor.
Yeah. Well, Sidney Poitier, I want to say, is an actor. I've seen his stuff, but it's been a while for like everything but like Sneakers, which is much later.
It has been a minute since I've seen a lot of his stuff. The stuff I'm familiar with is his later work.
Yeah,
which as I understand, I'm sure his great stuff is when he was much younger too.
Oh God,
I am not familiar with, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can make that one of his for next week.
Maybe, yeah.
We find one, we find one, and we just watch and talk about it.
Well, next week we got Screamathon, but we got lots of weeks coming.
Oh, that's right. We got 3 and 4, right?
3, 4, and 5 next week.
Oh, that's right. 5 does come out.
Yeah, assuming it doesn't get delayed with Omicron. Maybe we'll do Sidney Poitier if it gets delayed.
yeah, maybe. Oh, that's good, because I just recently watched 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'll probably watch them sometime during the week.
Actually, when I was watching 2, I kind of got into a marathon mode.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But Bob Saget, he's mainly known for Full House, which is something I've not seen, but I did see Bob Saget in that one, I want to say Penn Teller, what's his name?
That documentary?
Yes. The worst joke, the aristocrats or whatever.
You mean the most filthiest joke?
Yes.
Only told by comedians? Yeah. I mean, there are some people who definitely that joke was made for. Saget is definitely one of them. It's funny that you bring that particular documentary up about Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Or not, it wasn't one about Bob, but somebody has now spliced that whole scene together as examples of why Bob Saget is a bad person. And it's just kind of more of like, you realize he's telling a joke.
Yeah, no, the whole point of that joke is that it's just fucking nasty. He's just getting as nasty as you get.
the point of that joke is how depraved the person is. It's like, well, if that's the point of it, then that person, he's very deprived of it. He's like, you realize that he's doing it, and he did turn it off, and you did see, as he has mentioned before, he's able to turn that vulgarity off.
Mm-hmm.
He can't do it around kids.
Yeah.
And he stops like, there's a mother with her children coming up. Hold on. And then he continued once they were gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that, and I thought that was very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like, wow, like, okay. And they opened it up with jokes from his roast, where most of them were about him screwing the Olsen twins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was the majority of those jokes from that roast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of like they're thinking, do they believe that those comedians are saying those things at a roast because they believe themselves to be true?
Yeah, because...
Or do they not realize the purpose of a roast?
Yeah, because roast is one of those things that you do when you want everything to be 100% true. It's not how that works.
No. Roasts are supposed to be over the top and offensive.
Yes. But
you're supposed to exaggerate. Yes, those two famous actors did pass, and I just wanted to take a moment and acknowledge both their contributions and to what they've given all of their fans all over, and may they rest in peace.
Yeah, they are. They were awesome.
Yeah, Sidney Poitier broke the color barrier for the Oscars.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right.
In a time where it was generally unfathomable.
Mm-hmm.
Like old Hollywood fucking sucks, but that's amazing that
Hollywood sucks.
Yeah, but it was yeah, but definitely we will try to fit one of theirs into the docket.
Yes. So, not speaking of death, I guess. Yeah, we're talking about Boba Fett, a character that apparently didn't die in Return of the Jedi. So, good to know. I really thought
technically we knew this already.
Kinda, yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, the Mandalorian took place after Jedi.
Yeah, Mandalorian is 5 years after Jedi, and yeah, they worked this in as a spin-off to Mandalorian.
And I believe this takes place this starts obviously, well, they're doing a linear storytelling is what they're doing with this so far.
And
like they're telling the same story.
There's essentially two timelines going on.
There's two timelines, but it's the same story.
Well,
they're just telling it at different parts of the story, and those parts are all going to convene eventually.
Yes.
I mean, they do in Tarantino, so I mean, I don't imagine that's what they're going to do now.
But yeah. And fun fact, if we assume Boba Fett is the same age as Tamara Morrison, then when we saw him in episode 2, he was 24. Just FYI.
Yep, just
little math. Don't do too much math. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, don't think too hard.
Yeah, when I heard Tamara Morrison was coming back, I actually assumed he'd be more in line with the sequels. But I won't want somebody else playing it at this point, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
but
it'd be a little too weird.
Yes, definitely. After they spent all that time establishing him in episode 2, and it is canon. It is canon.
I mean, I felt they kind of messed it up into.
Yeah.
How George kind of ham-fisted. Oh, and my son, he is also one, but ages normally.
Mm-hmm.
So he would be much older, by the time that, so it would be pretty much the equivalent of like somebody just a little bit younger than Vader going after his children and their friends.
Yeah.
So he would have, he would have been at least 30 years younger, maybe 20.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, yeah. Semantics.
Yeah. I could spend the whole episode talking about episode 2 because god damn it, episode 2. But.
Oh, what's wrong? You didn't like the diner owner? And that
greasy apron. Best character in the entire franchise by a mile. I don't know what you're
was.
talking about. By a mile.
I mean, he was.
Yeah, he would kick Luke Skywalker's ass. I'm sorry.
He would bitch slap that motherfucker back to the dust farms.
What was it? Dexter Jex, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, he's my favorite character in 2. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, we have to admit the original Showtime series Dexter was actually supposed to be a Star Wars series about him, but then they couldn't get the rights. He's still gonna
kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still gonna kill people.
Yeah, definitely. They just couldn't get the rights, so they just had to rework it.
So they just like made him not an alien, and as opposed to on Coruscant, they made it Miami.
Yes.
Same thing.
They got fudge a bit. That's why
same cast and everything.
Yeah, that's why his apron was so. That's why his apron was so messed up. What do you think he's doing back there?
I would have really been excited for the Dokes and Dexter fight. Then, can you imagine that?
Ooh,
boom!
But anyways, Book of Boba Fett. We get.
I actually enjoyed this. I'll be honest. I am enjoying this.
There are people really criticizing this, and I'm not sure. Because, I mean, I'm not going to say it's the best thing ever. I'm not enjoying it as much as Mandalorian. No. But it's good. No. This is good.
Absolutely not enjoying it. But and that little green fucker has nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I'm not enjoying it as much as Mandalorian, as I've read most people's problem with this are.
Yeah.
But I think like a lot of people aren't a fan, as I brought up earlier, that kind of linear storytelling like they're doing with this. Mm-hmm. I feel that there's just a lot they have to cover. Because there's a lot that was not even touched on when Boba appeared, and that there's fans have questions. We need to know how he got here and when and how and why. And tell us about all this. You're Boba Fett. You know, now I want to know how's he going to get his armor back? When is all that? Is he going to take vengeance against the Jawas? Please take vengeance against the Jawas. You know, there's a lot of unanswered questions. Mostly, how the hell did he get out of the pit? Which route are they going to take?
Yeah.
There's several different ways I've seen it. I've seen it depicted as he jetpacks his way out of there.
Yeah.
I've seen it as he uses the flamethrower and buries, like they did in the show. So it's like, okay, that's the route they're going.
No.
You know?
Well, I think... I was going to say my biggest complaint is that they have not referenced the holiday special enough, because that's where Boba Fett first appears, and that needs to be where all this comes around to.
And they will in the end.
Yes.
It'll all make sense in the end.
It'll be brilliant. But yeah.
It will. It will.
I kind of like it. You get the beginning of... essentially, like I said, we get these two storylines where we get him like flashing back when he's asleep. We see him escape the Sarlacc pit, and he's just hanging out on Tatooine. Well, hanging out. He's with Tusken Raiders.
Gets robbed by a bunch of little tiny fucking thieving heathens.
Yes. He loses all his shit, and
I have a deep hatred for the Jawas. You remember that old Battlefront game for PlayStation? Where you can play on Mos Eisley?
Yes.
The Star Wars one, Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
I had so much fun just going through there. Jawa. One time I think I was playing with like a bunch of friends. We were doing like kind of a group LAN party sort of thing. Or maybe it was just one of us. I couldn't remember. But I remember we played it, and I hadn't killed a single enemy, but I had killed more Jawas than he did. And he's like, dude, did you kill any bad guys? Yeah.
Jawas.
84 of them. See that?
Yeah.
You killed Jawas? Yep. Just killed Jawas.
Now,
they said Utadi every time.
I have to say, I cannot think of a Jawa anymore without going back to Robot Chicken, though. A Jawa walks into a bar. What would you like to drink? Martini! It's like, I could see that.
However, though, when I do watch the original, though, a part of me will still, like, when I see them all walking, just go, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I can see that. May the SWATs be with you.
Spaceballs, the flamethrower. The kids love this one.
So let's go ahead and talk about the potential of Spaceballs 2.
Oh, the quest for more money.
The movie Mel Brooks keeps on bringing up to make and never does.
He keeps saying he's going to make it.
Mm-hmm. Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement. He is making this.
Well, I have read that he is making a series. They're going to be behind a series that is History of the World, Part 2, the series.
Yeah, I heard about that too. I don't know.
That's just like, well, that's a very Mel title.
Mm-hmm. Nice. But yeah. What this is essentially just him taking over Jabba's crime syndicate at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty much at this point. That's what we're getting, and we're also seeing like him escaping the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah,
him getting robbed by Jawas, and then he's discovered by a tribe of sand people, as we later find out.
Yeah, he's taken pretty much prisoner. Yeah,
taken prisoner at first.
Yes.
When we first see him escape, and he wakes up and tied to a post next to a fire. He sees like some guard dog looking lizard creature.
Yep.
Which was kind of cute near the end. I was like, all right, that thing's kind of...
It's winning me over. It's
winning me over. All right. And he was next to a Rodarian, and I think I'm saying that race of aliens right.
I think that, yeah, that's definitely...
They are Rodarians.
Yes.
I think.
99%
I believe that
sure
they appear to be both green and kind of fleshy orange like that one, or at least I haven't seen one in the other colors, but those are the two I have seen as those two. That is also the same species of aliens that poor Greedo was.
Yes.
Anyways, he's also a snitch because he sees Boba getting out. He sees Boba first lure the monster over, knock the monster out, use the teeth of the monster to cut his ropes, and he's saying, "Do you want me to cut you free?
Yeah,
we can escape." And then he goes and yells for the guards.
It was so just what a piece of shit.
Yep, didn't care about that character for the rest of the episode.
No.
I did not care what happened to him at all.
It's like, dude,
as far as I was concerned, he was bantha fodder.
Yes.
Did not care about him at all.
But yeah, one thing that I did notice watching this was he goes to town and there's this bar and there's this Twi'lek that runs the bar.
Yep.
And I was like, God, she looks familiar. And I looked it up and I was shocked. That is Jennifer Beals from Flashdance.
What?
Yes. I was like, holy shit.
No way.
Yes.
Like 1984.
Yes. Apparently she's like Ming-Na Wen and just fucking doesn't age.
All right. Yeah, Jesus. Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, she's been in both episodes. Not a huge role in either one, but I'm sure it'll come into play.
They're setting her up to be like one of Boba's like top people.
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe someone who deceives him.
Yes, they could go either way at this point.
Probably deception. You can't trust those Twi'leks.
It's also worth noting Fennec Shan, who is the Ming-Na Wen character. We haven't. She's been there, but we also haven't seen a whole lot of her, which is weird to say. We've seen her, but we not really done anything.
We haven't
with her
seen
yet.
her we haven't really seen her much in the flashback shot, so we haven't seen how they've encountered one another.
Yeah, we haven't seen them meet.
Which I don't know at this pacing rate, it'll either be in the next 2 episodes or the last. That's what I think at least.
But I know the last episode I liked. Last episode really felt like flashback heavy, but it was about him essentially earning the trust of the Tusken Raiders that had captured him. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that stuff was pretty fucking cool.
I did too. I really enjoyed all that stuff.
Even just the weird stuff where they made the staff, like after he earned it and they made the staff, they spent so much time on it. I was like, that's pretty fucking cool looking, I have to admit.
That staff was kind of badass.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was watching it with the wife, I was like, okay, I know what replica I'm buying next.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. I also kind of really liked the spirit vision scene just before that.
Yes.
That was really funny.
I had forgotten about that lizard that crawls up his nose.
I had kind of chuckled about it. It was like, it will guide you in your mind. And then like they started doing that the visual effects.
Yeah.
Wife and I just started laughing like, oh, buddy, you better buckle up.
Ooh, yeah. He's got a nose lizard. And I'm not even going to lie. Until it came out, I was actually kind of assuming that shit they blew in his face just gave him the illusion that the lizard crawled up his fucking nose. But then it came out. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too. I for a second I did. And
yeah.
like, well, I'm not seeing a lizard anywhere around it. So, I mean, you know, maybe he imagined that lizard. Maybe it's still standing there looking at him.
Yeah.
I was wondering, hey, I like flies.
Yeah. What, you just gonna stare at me? What are you doing?
You got any flies? You got some stuff on your face, bud.
Yeah.
We also got introduced to Jabba's cousins, which are equally as disgusting.
Yes, I forgot about cousins, and
I'm
I
not
didn't get
gonna
to
lie,
the Mary yet too.
I did totally. I think I did send this to you. I was totally waiting for like one of those guys carrying them just to lose their balance, and just fall. I was just totally waiting for that because I saw him like, oh, that guy's losing it. That guy's losing it.
Yeah, no, we never see that. I'm sure we will at some point later in the series.
I really hope.
There's definitely that one guy like, oh, fuck, god damn it.
Jesus, just wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, guys. Oh, my God.
Shit, man.
Can we just kill him and get it on with?
Yeah. Can we at least put you the fuck down?
I did learn from... I also am very happy to report with both episodes, Maxi Rebo is still touring. He has some new additions to the band, and he also has someone from the other band, the Jizz band, right? The Zip and the Ziff, right? Yeah.
I don't know the name of the other band.
It was Ziff and something notes.
Listen.
It was something like that.
When it comes to this music, I am a Max Rebo purist. It's Max Rebo or nothing.
I understand that, but he did have he did have a player from that band with them, or maybe just another alien or another species of that alien. But Max did have a new band, and I was happy to see that. I was like, all right, Maxi Rebo is still touring. He got out of Jabba's barge, all right, because he was totally on that barge when it blew up.
Yeah, but he Maxi
Rebo is the sole survivor.
He's much more agile than he looks. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I have seen a shirt where it had like them as a co-headlining tour. And the last date on the tour list, because it looked like a concert tee, like a tour shirt. The last date was Jabba's Palace.
And after that, retirement.
This is going to be the tour because pretty much every planet was like a planet we visited in the films.
Sure.
So like that was their tour. So it's like, so it's places we would recognize. I think like Dagobah was Yoda's Bar and Grill.
Yeah. Jesus.
Which I would totally go. I would totally go to that.
That place has got to be just.
This place has character.
As fucked.
This place has character.
Yes.
Just you got to watch where you park.
Yeah.
Why will it get towed now? It'll get sucked up by the swamp or whatever the hell that thing is.
It will get destroyed.
It ate Bill's droid.
I like this series. I want to see where they're going. Oh yeah, we didn't get to the mayor yet because the mayor is obviously going to be an issue.
Yeah, a hammerhead species thing that I didn't realize that their mouths were on the side of their heads.
I didn't realize that either. I actually didn't even know that until you said that.
Under the chin. Yeah, I wouldn't know that. Yeah, because he had some sort of voice thing in there, and I saw this thing on the side of his face, like kind of lipping, and there was that metal thing that was going right into his mouth. So I figured that was a mouth, and it was just translating, which was cool because like my wife had pointed it out to me when we watched it, and I even said like, "Wow, I didn't realize that those things had mouths, let alone there."
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they just communicated telepathically.
It's also worth noting that the mayor has an assistant that is immediately like slimy and greasy when you meet him.
He was sketchy when he met Boba. Even his number one said if you had said that to Jabba he would have fed you to his menagerie.
Yeah.
It's like, so you come empty-handed, and it's like, oh, Boba's a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did make a good point when they first walked into Mos Eisley, where it showed, like, you really should have had them carry you. I'm not going to be carried anywhere. I'll walk on my own 2 feet.
Damn
my
straight.
legs aren't broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn straight.
Mm-hmm.
Boba will always leave the same way he came out.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is Boba Fett's a character that has, like, I feel like he has a rich, dense history, but we don't really know much about him, like, at all. He's just a clone of his dad, who was a bounty hunter, and he was a bounty hunter. That's all we know. So, it really, like, we actually get to learn about his character here. And I do like how he says, listen, Jabba ruled through fear. I want to rule through respect, which is a lot harder, but it's better, but it's harder.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I do enjoy where they're going with this.
Yeah.
And I am very excited to see the next episode.
Yeah, I do want to see where they're going, but yeah, we'll probably catch up at least 2 episodes more in, but yeah. This is good. So, are you ready to talk about not Cobra Kai?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, have you...
You're the best around!
Oh, God. The soundtrack here is actually fairly solid.
Yeah, I kind of forgot how many bangers were on this soundtrack.
Yeah. But, have you seen Cobra Kai?
Yes, I'm about halfway through the first season.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm slowly chipping away.
That is the best season. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a huge fan of the latest season. I haven't finished it yet. Maybe it picks up, though.
I'm really loving the first. So
the first season is so good. I was kind of thinking maybe we eventually work our way through it. But we got to start out with the first 3 movies first. And
yeah, no, that's cool. That's
the
cool.
first 3 movies
a little better.
Yeah, the first 3 movies are canon, absolutely, and they're brought up a lot in Cobra Kai.
Okay.
So now we're starting in 1984, The Karate Kid, Pat Morita, Ralph Macchio, and kind of just an awesome movie.
Yeah, like just I mean, this is a classic.
Yeah,
I mean it's really amazing, and yeah, it's one that you forget how great it is until you rewatch it. Like, actually, while rewatching it, I had completely forgot about the scene where Mr. Miyagi beats the crap out of those Cobra Kai kids.
Yes.
Somehow I forgot about that scene altogether. Like, I just sent a clip of it to Bob. Like, somehow I forgot about this part.
Yeah.
Like, I just forgot about him just beating the crap out of all these kids.
And there were 4 movies I loved growing up. It was Ghostbusters, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Back to the Future, and this.
Yeah.
And
Back to the Future was definitely one for me too.
Oh yeah. No, I loved all 4 of those. I watched them fairly religiously. Just like, if I'm bored, I'm going to watch one of those movies.
Yeah. Jurassic Park's one for me. If I'm bored, I'll watch Jurassic Park. We haven't even started getting into the plot. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten into the plot. One thing I was going to bring up was this was directed by John G. Avildsen. Is it G? John Avildsen. And child me didn't know this, but that's the director of Rocky, which that seems like the perfect thing. Yeah.
That wow. That explains so much.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Why I thought that montage, like, why actually it put me in the mood to watch Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of wanted to watch Rocky, but it was like I had watched both Boba Fett's back to back, and then I had watched this because, like, as soon as I got home from work Saturday, I was like, okay, I have time to do all this. I'm gonna hammer all this out so I can, like, kind of veg out Sunday and not really worry about anything. Just gonna have a binge marathon of everything. I watched both that, watched The Karate Kid, and then I watched Don't Look Up. And at some point after I watched Don't Look Up, I kept thinking, like, you're the best around. Thinking, like, God, that montage was awesome. Rewatched that clip of it on YouTube. Started watching part 2 of The Karate Kid.
Yeah.
And then I kind of, because I wanted to see that scene, where Mr. Miyagi confronted the school teacher outside where he was beating the shit out of Johnny.
The very beginning of Karate Kid 2.
Yeah, which for some reason I thought that was at the end of 1.
It's easy to think that.
Where the hell is that part? What the hell?
doesn't.
Wait, what part is that in? Yeah,
actually,
I was kind of losing my mind over it for a minute.
No, I actually think that might have been like I read that was a deleted scene from 1, and they just decided to put it into 2.
Yeah, because they weren't sure if it would take off or not.
Yeah,
and when the film became a hit, like it was going to be,
yeah,
because that movie is freaking great. And also, one thing I wanted to comment on is how visually stunning, like at moments, this movie is. Yeah. Like all the beach training scenes are just gorgeous. Just that California beach, that sun, just it's beautiful.
And that was also the scenes that I really noticed that Daniel and Miyagi are really at their best when you can't see their face clearly.
Yeah, but you see them doing their motions of like the karate and like working. Yeah. And I know that Ralph Macchio actually did take a lot of like karate lessons for this, and it's something that he still actually does still get into.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with Cobra Kai going on, yeah.
Well, especially with Cobra Kai going on. I mean, he was always like riding that, hey, I'm the Karate Kid.
One thing before we get seriously into this, I want to talk about, I expected this to be on Netflix. I literally just went to Netflix, type in Karate Kid, and we get Jaden Smith and Hilary Swank on Netflix. The network, or what, the streaming station that owns Cobra Kai. But no, the first 3 Karate Kid movies are on Peacock now. And I'm trying to figure out how Netflix fucked that up. How did they fuck that
ads. Up? They have it with ads.
Yes.
I had to watch it. Well, I had to watch 1 with ads.
Yeah. If I had known there'd be...
2, I didn't have any advertisements.
Yeah. Well, I remember watching The Happening on Peacock with ads, and it had an ad at the beginning and then nothing else. So I assume Karate Kid would be the same way. No, it has ads all throughout. And it made me think...
The end, you don't notice it. You don't notice it at the end. It's as if it was on TV, I felt.
Yeah. Well, it's worth saying...
They were...
I do have it on DVD, and if I'd known there'd be that many ads, I want to just watch it on DVD and just sacrifice the HD.
Yeah, but you know, that was still pretty awesome. Even in HD, I couldn't tell that was Pat Mariah up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was him as soon as I saw the outline. I was like, oh, Mr. Miyagi's going to fuck some shit up. Oh, this would be the time I would stand on my porch like a cup of coffee.
It's
just watch.
And I think Ralph Macchio does a good job essentially playing a kid who's not perfect. Daniel makes a lot of mistakes here. He is not an angel at all. But you sympathize with him.
He's not the hero. He's not the hero, but he's a kid.
Yeah.
And he's very excited.
Yeah.
And he's actually, and the first time that he uses some of that defense, the wax on, wax off, like the most, and like big circles. Big circles. So like those are crucial things. Like when I was a kid, I took martial arts, not inspired by this at all. Like full disclosure, it was by Jackie Chan. Because I mean, Jackie Chan's awesome.
Should we have watched the remake?
No. I kept that under my hat and
it's just as good. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
I love Jackie Chan, but he's no Pat Mariah, though it's not the same character, and I have seen it. But I'm just not ready to watch it again. If we're going to watch a Jackie Chan movie, we're going to watch one that was made in Hong Kong.
Ooh.
We're going to there's a few that we could watch that are really great. Like First Strike. That's really great. But that's what got me into it. And some of the early things that they would teach you is blocking. And that is essentially like the wax on, wax off stuff.
Yes.
And even I had an instructor had me stand at him and practice that gesture.
Like, makes sense, yeah.
And it's just the same motion, and they've even said, think about it as washing a car. Yeah.
Well,
and then, like, that moment of when he showed him, I think is really where we see the evolution in Daniel's character. Like, where he's like, it's been this long, and you've shown me nothing. And he just like, okay, I will show you what I've shown you.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what I'm teaching you. Like, tomorrow you paint house.
Yeah. Well, he has Daniel do all that housework, and you can tell, like, yeah, he's training him, but he's also getting some housework done. Let's be serious.
I mean, he's getting some cheap labor.
Yes, but then he gives Daniel a car, and it's like, okay, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, like you like when he said pick one.
Yeah,
that's like, oh, dude, that is too kind.
Yeah, damn.
I would have gone for that green little number that was 2 back. Mm-hmm. That's just me. Maybe that like little the black hardtop one that was there. That one was nice.
Yeah, they had.
I just didn't like the yellow. I didn't like the yellow one.
But that stands out better in a movie. So that makes sense.
And they had that baby blue back there. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that baby blue. It wouldn't have been as bright as that yellow at that next when he pulls up to the burger malt shop or wherever. But I don't know. Mm-hmm. California. Mm-hmm.
But the story, new kid moves to a new place. I mean, we all know the story, but he sees a girl, they like each other, but her ex doesn't like that, and some shenanigans start, really.
Well, first they attack him completely unprovoked.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Like, they just showed up and just kind of proved what major chotches they were from the get-go.
Yeah.
I will say, and some of them, I don't know. I'll talk about this later, but like I feel that most of them were like generally dicks to him most of the film.
Yes.
Most of the film, and of course, at the end, most of them changed their mind about him because he went the distance.
What's the thing?
Which he did go the distance.
They are being dicks to him, but you also see kind of like some of the stuff that happens throughout. You see with Johnny and a couple of the other ones there, like you could tell they're kind of like, aren't we taking this too far? Are we should we be doing this?
Yeah, dude, he's had enough.
Yeah.
You see some of them kind of break off a bit, and like, I mean, I'm gonna. Something more on that I'll bring up later.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we're jumping around.
Time,
I think we've all seen.
Well, we are.
A lot.
I think that's fair to say. I think almost anyone listening or watching this has seen the Karate Kid a few times, at least in this point. Hopefully, if not,
you're missing out. It's a classic.
This movie's awesome.
80s classic, and a classic in general.
And it is just like a great classic movie in general, with like full of iconic moments and scenes and lines. And they happen like rapid fire. There's no build to it. It's just they happen naturally in these type of movies. And these older ones, they happen. That's how iconic ones build. They don't have that big Jerry Bruckheimer build to a line. No, none of that. But like at the contest later in the film, when the head of Cobra Kai tells Bobby to, like, take the leg out, like, take him out. And he's just like, I'll get disqualified.
Yeah. And
he's like, I don't care. Do you have a problem with that? You even see him look like, I kind of do.
Yeah, and he was even like, dude, I can beat him. Why am I cheating?
Yeah, like, I can beat him.
Yeah.
Why do I have to do that?
Yeah.
And even immediately, as soon as he does it, he jumps on him and says, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I had no choice. I had no choice. Like, you see that instant remorse he had. He didn't want to do it from the get-go. But that. And then later we see him going, get a body back for him. Like, dude, weren't you just being, like, super remorseful? Or can I just not see the difference between your boys' cronies?
You see, I thought that was a different guy. I thought there was I thought one of those students too. Yeah, I think one of the students was just a fucking psycho. There was one guy who, like, throughout the whole thing was like, "Fucking murder him, yeah!" It's like, oh, Jesus.
Fucking take his fucking head off, John.
Yeah,
Jesus, kid.
Yeah, take it easy.
Jesus, kid.
God damn, it's a competition. Relax.
It's karate.
Yeah,
just.
But yeah, and then of course during the final fight, you have Kreese telling Johnny go for the leg, and after it's been injured, and he's like, what? He's like,
what? Yeah, like, are you serious?
Yeah, dude, that's like unbelievably unfair. What?
And Johnny, I mean, slowly through this fight, you kind of see Johnny's perspective against, Ralph's character. Danny change. Like he respects him.
Yeah,
because it's just like you are really a lot tougher than I gave you credit for. I was kind of a dick. Though we really don't fully see that in this.
Yeah,
we kind of do, but we don't see it on the level as from what I've seen of Cobra Kai so far.
Oh yeah, well Cobra Kai really expands on his character because actually when you watch this, it's a major character, but you don't see a whole lot of him. He pops up throughout most of the movie just to be a dick to Daniel. And, obviously Daniel's and his ex are getting together. And, teenage love, so it's obvious he's, not thrilled with it.
And he's a bit dramatic.
Kind of, I get it, because teenagers and, oh my god, she's the one for me, but also kind of grow up. You'll grow up. You'll grow out of this. You'll grow up.
You'll move on.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I promise. I promise.
You want to know how you win the girl back? Being a jealous dickhead. Oh, no, wait. That's the wrong thing to do.
How do you get her back? You move on.
Yeah, exactly.
You move on.
And if you don't win her back, well, guess what? You moved on. You're good.
That's also how you win the breakup, too. Yeah. If you move on instantly.
Yes.
I'm a horrible person.
Yeah. Well, my advice to anybody out there, the goal isn't to win. The goal is to move on.
Yeah, the goal is to move on. It's not to win. Yeah. It's to be an adult and move on. And to win.
Fucking score!
Victory!
As soon as you move on, you DM them and say, I fucking win.
You win. You just DM a gif of Johnny Drama from Entourage.
Oh, God.
The most toxic representation of masculinity possible.
God, yes.
Man, that would be a fun show to reanalyze.
We see Johnny evolve. We see, but yeah, it's very limited screen time. Cannot get very far into this and not talk about how much Pat Morita just totally fucking owns every fucking scene he's in.
Every scene he steals.
Yes.
Like the time when Danny came into him and he had been drinking a little.
Oh, God.
Like,
everybody talks about that's the scene that won the Academy Award right there.
Yeah, and I mean, you really, when he goes from just, being, blissfully drunk, happy, and then you just see the sadness come in, and then it just rushes right in, and he was just able to capture that with just the sound of his voice, his eyes, his body language, and just, it was powerful.
No, it's
powerful stuff.
In a movie where he steals every scene, where every scene with him is a highlight, that scene is a highlight. And that speaks volumes to the quality of that scene, because, my God, it's touching. It is just incredibly sweet.
And you just feel for him so much.
Yes. He fought in World War II. And then he gets the message that his wife and child die in childbirth.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You really kind of understand his relationship to Daniel is forming. It's his son.
Yeah. And when he gives the key and he was like, this has been made for a long time.
Yes.
Right then I knew it was and I never picked up on that ever when I was a kid and watched it. Rewatching that as an adult, I was like, oh, that was for his son.
Yes.
Oh, and just this movie has such a deeper meaning to me now.
I don't know if I ever fully picked up on that until the recent watching too, where it's like, oh God, that is so sweet. That key, holy shit,
so sweet.
Yeah,
and then just kind of realizing wow, and even in that scene prior, it was making me think does he really feel like he's writing something that he never could do with Danny, training something that he would do with his kid. He was going to do that with his son probably. And I never really thought about it until this viewing, and I was watching it. And after he said it, I started thinking about that. And then Danny's birthday came, and then he said it. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I had to pause it and take my headphones off. Go, holy crap. Whoa.
Yeah, I had the same thought watching the scene this time.
Yeah, just like I was like, I am having a super breakthrough moment with the Karate Kid right now, and I am loving this.
I've seen this movie a million times, and I found something new.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that happen?
How did this get over my head so many times?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
I just remember, like, he's like, you know, my wife made this. And Daniel's like, oh, well, if you ever want it back, I'll give it back. And I almost felt like Miyagi should almost, maybe just thinking it, but I felt like Miyagi should have said, and that's how come I'll never ask for it back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would have been a little too much. If
it won't have been it won't have been too on the nose, but yeah. Yeah.
But when he's like, this has been made a long time, and that was just, the feels.
Of course, I did think it was funny. The lighter side of Mr. Miyagi going to the karate tournament and signing up. What belt is he?
Yeah.
Belt? Black. Oh no, you misspelled it.
Black.
It's Miyagi, and he hands it to the black belt to Allie out of the poor guy's bag.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I probably should have thought ahead on that one.
Yeah, like totally didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Shit, I didn't realize that shit mattered. I was just gonna say he's my student.
What does that matter?
Yeah.
He's like, first belt, what does that matter?
Yeah.
First of all, if you're doing check-in and the sensei says that,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, and just go, okay. I would just let it happen, because if the sensei says that, all right, then see how you do. And then, okay, yeah, what does that matter?
Yeah.
Just prove that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Any of them. Oh, yeah, and then, we get the great shot throughout the whole karate tournament of just Danny kind of getting his ass kicked at first, and then getting his grounds, and then cleaning house, cleans house with a few Cobra Kais, like easily dispatches them, messes up that one. Actually, yeah, you're right, it was a different kid. He does mess up Body Bag earlier.
Yeah.
That's right, he does mess him up.
One thing that I always thought, there was one guy who was like a serious karate champion that was essentially an extra in that scene. And you can tell, like, he's the guy, like, when you're watching that movie that does all the great moves. I think it's the guy that Johnny takes out. And even in the fight against Johnny, you can see... Oh, you mean that,
like... No, because that's right. I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah. He is...
Like, He was a beast.
Yeah, he was outrageously good. When Johnny was getting those points on him, I was kind of thinking, bullshit. I don't see that happening, man.
Yeah.
Johnny is choreographed, and that guy is like dancing.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that I could tell this whole thing is very well rehearsed.
Yeah,
very well choreographed by these two guys. Like, and I could also tell that other guy is being very, very careful with that actor.
Yeah,
he's like, okay, just follow my lead.
Yeah,
and move with me. I won't hurt you, but it will look great.
Yeah,
but yes, I knew that he was. I could tell he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, when you watch this movie, he stands out as just unbelievably good.
Well, the first time we see him and it showed him just by how he had his gi tucked in and rolled up a little, I was like, oh, this guy is all about some business. Let's stay on this fight.
I didn't even notice that. I just noticed how he moved, and it's like, whoa.
I noticed his gi first, how the way his leg cuffs were tucked and the arms were. And I was like, oh, he is about to... Ooh. I remember from my when I took karate as a kid, the head sensei of our school, Mr. Galupo, he would tuck his in whenever he would spar. And when we were much younger belts, we would go and watch the adults black belts test when we first had to learn how to spar, because we were going to get exposed to exactly what sparring was at its most extreme. I mean, I was a bit older, so I was kind of more like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Mostly I would spar with instructors because there wasn't too many kids there my age, so I would just spar with my teachers mostly. Oh, those are fun.
Yeah.
Learn how to fight by adults teaming up on you when you're a teen. Yeah. That's how you learned how to defend yourself. But yeah, no, he would always have his pant legs tucked in there, and he had told me that why he has them tucked like that is because his strength primarily is with his kicks. and it's a lot able for him to whip it in and whip his kit, whip out a quick kick, whether it be around, a front, or whatever, very quickly. But still, he would have the problem of his pantlet, of his geese, sometimes being too long in the leg. So he would hem them up and kind of make an elastic hold on them. So he would wear them like that. And he's like, a lot of guys do that. That's very common thing. But back in the older days, they would just stitch them together like that.
Nice.
But yes, kind of a little fun fact, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was a kid, and I'm kind of might be patching that together from memory. But I always do remember he had his relatively loose.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to bring up about this movie?
His mother.
No, but we could.
How nonchalant she was about most things in this movie.
But
just a side note. That's all I.
Yeah. But the big thing I thought was, okay, so he gets the injury. The doctor goes in and checks him out. Says, it's done for him, and goes and disqualifies him. Then they let him re-enter the tournament just because his girlfriend says so.
Yeah.
No, the doctor disqualified him. He's done.
and also 2 people there, for the competition, were there. I think they were officials.
Yeah.
Who had that's what their shirt said. I don't believe it.
Yeah. Well, the doctor says he can't, but his girlfriend says he can. I guess you might as well let him. It's 1-1.
I don't know. I mean, you say you're a doctor, but that guy's shirt says official.
Yeah.
Your shirt doesn't say doctor.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah. He does not have the name doctor on his shirt.
I mean, it was at that point that I did notice, you know what? All those judges did have shirts that were clearly labeled as judges and as also officials. I kind of think that's a little weird. Even the refs had shirts that were labeled refs. I mean, I started thinking way too hard about this.
Yeah.
Going in now, when all these guys are volunteers, do they just show up in a line, and if there's no more T-shirts of that one particular job, they are not doing that particular job? Is it a first come, first serve sort of thing?
Maybe.
Do you have to be qualified to have that sort of official shirt? No. Are they the ones distributing shirts because they look different than the other ones? I spent some time on this.
You see a guy walking around the tournament with a shirt marked shirt distributor.
Concession. Merchandising. He has a flamethrower on his back.
Nice.
That says the Karate Kid, the flamethrower. Before I knew it, he's doing the crane pose and just, beautiful. Oh, I was kind of mad at that ad right before that scene.
No.
Did that happen to you?
I don't remember that, but
there was an ad
possible.
Right before that. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. Ad. I'm like, are you fucking kidding?
Yeah.
I was still sitting there just pissed off at Peacock, and then the kick happened, and I went, back 10 seconds, back 10 seconds. Got to watch the scene in full. I went, all right, there it is. You're fired, whoever put ads on there, Peacock. You need to be fired.
On it.
That you're the best around.
Yeah.
That song has totally been in my head.
Joe Bean Esposito or something like that.
Yeah, that song has totally been in my head since I watched it.
It is catchy as fuck. Oh my god.
And I believe it was also later used in Rocky 2. Or not Rocky 2, but a Rocky film as well. I think it was used in... No, I always mistake it. But now I understand why I mistake it, because it's the same director.
Yeah,
and that montage scene was very Rocky-esque.
Oh, yes. Very back to Karate Kid. It's been a while since I've seen these, so, yeah, I brought up, maybe we just kind of go through these, and then we start catching up with Cobra Kai seasons. I'd probably be on board with that.
Yeah, I would be, too. That sounds like a great plan.
Like I said,
awesome,
I'm not...
I will have to restrain myself from finishing 2 now. Well, actually, no, now I don't have to. I could just pick up where I left off.
Watching it twice isn't a bad deal, because we probably got a couple weeks for that one still. So
yeah.
And I remember liking 2. I remember 3 being kind of iffy, but 2 being pretty good.
2 is where they go back to Miyagi's home.
Yes. But yeah, so we'll probably cover that one in a couple weeks. But yeah, Karate Kid, classic. You've seen it. If you haven't,
classic.
What have you done with your life?
What have you done with your life? Next, you'll tell me you've never seen E.T.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But, that was fun to talk about. Yeah, couple classics and Book of Boba Fett. We'll see how that goes, though. I am enjoying that. I don't want to bash it too much. Yeah, I would say that's the lesser of the three, but I like it. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm still hopeful.
Yeah,
I'm being optimistic about it.
I think it has serious potential, and I think it probably will reach it. I didn't realize Jon Favreau would be seriously involved with this, like he is in Mandalorian.
Yeah, neither did I. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Let's see where you're going, John.
He clearly knows what he's doing. He's produced the best Star Wars content since the Disney thing. So
started Infinity Saga.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Cool. I'm very cool with wherever you're going with it. Hey, we were talking about martial arts films. I guess this is pseudo relevant. I guess over the holiday break, I didn't tell you, in a very forum like group on Facebook that's just mostly about older films and mostly just fan service fanboys. Essentially, they shared up like a Chuck Norris thing, like, just drop a Chuck Norris fact below. I happened to catch it right as the post came. I just by chance saw it just happened. Number one comment, I commented, not the fact that I commented first, Bruce Lee kicked his ass.
No.
Bruce Lee whooped his ass. People tried to reply, well, that was, I'm like, yeah, but Bruce Lee still whooped that ass.
No, you don't understand. Chuck Norris can cut a knife with hot butter.
And Bruce Lee kicked his ass.
What?
And some other fans came in to like kind of join me on my on like what I was saying. It's like, yeah, if you have anything to say to him telling you that, Bruce Lee did kick Chuck Norris's ass, say that to a center patch of his hair, his chest.
Well, I think...
Yeah, that one, I kind of laughed hysterically at that one. That was hilarious.
I think it's worth noting, listen, I love the Chuck Norris jokes. They're hilarious.
Yeah, I do too, but there is such a thing as beating a dead horse.
Yeah, well, I'm even okay with still doing them, but you gotta look at them because they're not serious. People take them seriously sometimes. I'm like, no. Kind of the joke is that he's honest. He's not that badass. He's not.
Yeah, yeah. And if people keep saying, like, I don't know about that, man. I mean, his views politically are disgusting.
Yes. Yeah. No, for looking at the actual person. Ooh.
The guy on film. Okay, I'll bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's also why I always comment Bruce Lee kicked his ass.
Oh yeah. Well.
That's a Chuck Norris fact.
It's something to be known about it because, like, people do take it too serious. Like, no, he's really badass. It's like, no, he's not actually all that badass, guys. He's got some roles that were decent.
He wears pads.
One of my all-time favorite roles of his is Dodgeball because he let Peter play.
Yeah.
But
oh, man. People even on the internet, they'll always take everything like to the max and beyond. I mean, let's. I mean, this might be unpopular. I don't know. Hopefully, it's been a minute since I've looked at the channel's demographic analytics, but I mean, Harambe, for example. Let's just like that. People went overboard with that. Like there's people who got tattoos of it. And they don't even live anywhere near. And I mean, I get it. It's a very sad thing and how it happened. But that conversation has a lot of layers to it. Like, I mean, do we think that it's okay for kids just to fall and wander right into those sorts of exhibits at zoos?
Yeah.
No. Should there be more people or staff also monitoring that? Yeah. Should the parents obviously, duh. Should there be more safety measures in place other than what happened? Yeah. Like that. That's a lot of layers to that. But for people to take it to the extreme as it is, I mean, I'm still seeing shit for it today.
Yeah, no.
Today.
Yeah, no, I it's not common, but I still occasionally see something for Harambe, and it's It's very much a dead horse at this point, in my opinion. There's nuances to this stuff that people always overlook. It drives me nuts.
Genuinely. Well, the one thing that it genuinely made me laugh was it showed me in 2040, 2083, and it showed someone's shit sitting on a psychiatrist's couch, going so tell me about this all-star. I'm there's this big virus and a big confusion over voting machines and whether to mail it in or anything. And it's well, we've been all this, but let's start at the beginning. He's okay, it all started with this gorilla.
Oh God!
And that genuinely got a laugh out of me. I was okay. I was all right, that's funny. That made me laugh.
Well, speaking
and
on
then
that,
it's come to think of it, it did start with a fucking gorilla.
Yeah. Well, speaking not of a gorilla, next week we got a Scream trilogy.
Oh, we're not watching Congo?
Scream. Oh yeah, we can do Congo. We do the Congo trilogy. There's a trilogy there, right?
No.
I don't know. We'll watch Congo 3 times and discuss it 3 times.
That is that's my nomination for appreciating great trash.
Yeah? Well,
because it has it has one noteworthy, I guess, honorary alum of MST3K. He should be in that. They should watch some of his movies, but they haven't. I've actually heard a report of why they never have done a riff of his movies. And they say, they always say, never riff the ones you love.
So who are we talking about?
Mike, I believe it was Mike Nelson said that.
Okay, but which actor?
Oh, Bruce Campbell films.
Oh, okay.
Why they'll never watch Evil Dead.
Well,
you don't riff the ones you love.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's
that movie has Bruce Campbell. It's got Tim Curry. It's got Ernie Hudson.
It has Joe Don Baker.
That's right. It's got Mitchell. Fucking Mitchell.
it has and Laura Linney.
Yes, it does.
And I can't think of the guy's name, but you'll hear his voice. No, wait, never mind. That is a different actor.
Well, the lead is Sean McNamara from Nip Tuck, who's the name of the actor is Dylan something, I want to say.
Something, yeah. No, I'm mistaking him for a different actor from a movie that came out in the same time period. It was the older brother from the Brady Bunch remake movies.
Oh, I've not seen those.
But so the older brother, the oldest Brady boy.
Yeah.
He's the voice of Peter Parker in the animated series of Spider-Man.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, actually, I think you brought that up before.
Yeah. I was watching it and I heard the voice and I was I know that voice.
Yeah.
And then I just, IMDb, there's holy fucking shit, it's Spider-Man. What's up, Spider Parker?
Yeah. But we'll have plenty of Scream to talk about, though. No gorillas yet.
Not yet. Not yet. We will save Congo for another episode.
Yes. But we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
I want to go ahead and add some audio credits at the end here. The theme music you're hearing at the beginning and end of this podcast was written and performed by George Johnson, a very good friend of mine. And my current Patreons are Fel Martins, David Lara, and Lindsay Pankhurst. If you'd like to become a patron, go ahead and follow the link down below. Anything you can provide would be incredibly helpful to this channel. We're barely limping by right now. I'd love to make this my full-time job. I'm miles away from that right now. So any help you could provide, just $1 a month would be amazing. You know you want to. All your friends are doing it.